Assalamualaikum, my name is Abdul Muttalib Hussein. I'm from Group 6. Today I want to present my topic is about workforce diversity at SBH Marine Industry. So before I start my presentation, I want to introduce my friend.
Hari Raya, genap sudah sebulan berpuasa. Hari Raya, mari ramai-ramai kita gembira. Di Hari Raya, kita saling bermaaf-maafan. Hari Raya, mari ramai-ramai jemput ke rumah. Sesudah sebulan kita berpuasa, menahan lapar dan juga dahaga. Erti puasa memberikan kita nikmat sebenar hari Aidilfitri. Hari Raya.
Okay, firstly I want to present about organization profile. We interview Cik Putih as the HR manager in this industry. This industry is located at Kuala Kurau, Perak. Date of establishment is 19 September 2006. Total employees in this industry is 188 employees. Key product or service for this company is farm product, raw material, merchants, wholesaler, packaging and labeling service. The vision is good quality for customer and mission is increase production quality to fulfill customer requirement. Lastly is value statement. We provide our customer with high quality, straightforward and sustainable seafood product. Next, scope of the project. To identify factors influencing the diversity of the workforce at this company. Second, focus on the role of HR in the company about workforce diversity. Limitation of the project. This study focus only on the knowledge and experience of the HR manager on the workforce diversity. Second, this interview is only done online via WhatsApp because nowadays Malaysia have problem with COVID-19, so we cannot go outside. Lastly, the time taken for this interview is also limited because the staff have many lot tasks and a job need to do. Lastly, importance of the project. Explain the human resource management factor among the employees at this industry about workforce diversity. Identify problem faced by company related to workforce diversity. Lastly, help and propose some idea to make sure this issue about workforce diversity at this company will be solved.
So for this part, I will be explaining what is workforce diversity. Workforce diversity is gathering all types of people into one workplace. Understanding workforce diversity, there are many characteristics that can be considered. Especially, for example, age, caste and religion, gender, language, geographical region, different perception, attitude, and professional qualification. It is important for an organization having a workforce diversity because it will give so much benefit for the organization. The importance of workforce diversity in an organization are you will be having different type of perspective. This means that you will be getting workers that have different set of skill. Secondly, workforce diversity also will help to occur respect among workers. So this means like workers will respect between each other in that organization. Workforce diversity can be used for an organization or a company to be as an X factor. So it will attract a lot of workers and it will be more easier for the company in recruiting workers. Moreover, by having workforce diversity, it allows employees or workers to grow their skill and their soft skill. So this will be giving benefit for the organization. And finally, By having workforce diversity in an organization, it will unite all the workers in that organization, and the result is you will be getting a greater performance and productivity for your organization.
Okay, in action of organization in diversity of workforce, here are 5 points. First, collect data on employee background. With discussion of issue, for example, can be improved so each employee has understanding of each other. Second, multi-language worker selection. This multi-language workforce is capable to collaborating and promoting the export their product to countries such as continental Europe, Korea, Italy, Japan and China. Third, employment of all age. In this way, knowledge of seafood process will be lost. Next slide. Fourth, fair service. This means that the company obey to one of the nation policies. One of the policies for women, the Nation Women Policy 2009, which is generally set up to achieve gender equality and balance and sustainable nation building. And lastly, employee ascension.
Hello everyone, today I will be presenting my part of this assignment, which is the initiative that SBH Marine Company takes on handling towards a better workforce diversity. As you can see in this slide, first thing first is the action taken on the policies and practices. As we may have known that most companies had their own company policies and practices. These policies and practices have been created by the company itself and usually opposing in maintaining diverse workforce. So, what can a company do about it? A leader can simply just carry out an audit of their organization in order to determine if there is any possibility of the policies and practice works against minorities. By working on this, it can really make a different change in diversity and creates a new acceptable culture where diverse can be seen. Next, we move to the stereotypes and prejudice that often happens in any company. When it comes to this situation, often most employees had to quit their job because they felt like their authentic self and uniqueness is not appreciated or valued. Employees need to feel free to express themselves based on their unique perspective, and the company must make sure employees feel included and respected regardless of their age, gender, race or religion, sexual orientation, and many aspects more. So that's being said, that you can see in this slide the ways a company or an individual can take part to stop stereotype and prejudice. When it comes to supporting diversity and inclusion in the workplace, don't play favorites. Practice basic courtesy and pay special attention to how we can embrace non-discriminatory practice and policies. As a summarize to this section, what I can say is that one great way to do this is to invest a workforce platform where a leader can reach to their workers and truly help the workforce feel connected and included to a better in succeeding goals, and also allow all voice to be heard. And let me just cut to the chase of this next point about mentoring programs and training. All these simply imply at aiming to develop an organization as integrated communities, where again to make every employee feel respected, accepted, and valued regardless of their gender, race, ethnicity, or other distinguished characteristics. However, leaders through training will develop personal characteristics that supports value and embed diversity as part of the company vision and for its long-time benefits.
Hanis, and I'm gonna be the one who's in charge to deliver more about information sources that have been used by the company in order to formulate policies and actions to promote diversity in workforce. Okay, so as you already know, diversity in workforce means or refers to variety of differences among the workers and people in an organization itself. So the differences here being the gender, ethnicity, age, religion, the states of health, and many more. To define more about the workforce diversity, it is actually the ability of someone or the organization itself to acknowledge, accepting, valuing those who falls in this different category and treating them with respect regardless of anything. So here in Malaysia, there is actually laws and regulations in order to promote diversity of workplace. So in this part, the information sources that have been used by the Especially Marine Neighborhood will be highlighted. These information sources have been used in making sure the right of their diverse workers are being held responsibility by the management, mainly by the human resource management. So since SBH Marine are the company that mainly managing the import and export of sea goods ranging from seafood to everything sea, acquiring diverse workers are as important. For further information, these legislations or law are not also being used by the company itself, but also could be applied by the other companies. Information sources that have been used by the SPH Marine in order to create policies to promote diversity of workforce. First is Federal Constitution. As been mentioned in Clause 2, Article 108, I will read it. Except as expressly authorized by the Constitution, there shall be no discrimination against citizens on the ground only of religion, race, descent, place of birth, or gender in any law or in appointment to any office or employment under a public authority or in administration of any law relating to the acquisition, holding, or disposition of property, or the establishing or carrying on of any trade, business, profession, vocation, or employment. From this article, it is clearly shows that every person holds their own right to equality. It is expected to include employment as well, where everybody is equal and must be treated equally. So equally as the fundamental right promotes the main concept of diversity with limitations. Taking this into consideration, equality as supposedly being practiced in employment may subsequently promote diversity at the workplace. The state of being equal is then translated through the acceptance of the idea of workforce diversity so that the differences is seen as equal as other. So the second information sources that have been used by SBH Marine Company is Person with Disability Act 2008. Person with Disability Act 2008, or also being known as PWDA 2008, is a legislation enacted to give recognition toward those who've been living their life with disability or disabled person. This act are there aiming to provide protection for the well-being of the people with disability. This act is also there to help decreasing the stigma in society that people with disabilities couldn't work properly or shouldn't even working in the society. So okay, for the third point or for the third information source, it is Employment Act 1955. The Act 1955, EA 1955, should and is a must be applied across the board to all sorts of employees regardless of their race, religion, gender, citizenship, able or disabled person, and many more, subject to the work employee itself. This indicated that all employees should be treated fairly without any differences or discriminations, despite one conditions whether they came from different background or disabled in terms of physical. As you can see, the main objective of Employment Acts works the same as Federal Constitution, which is giving the treatment that employee should have or must have. For the fourth information sources that have been used by the company, it is called as Industrial Relations Act 1967. This provides for rules on the relationships between employers and employee and their union. Their duties are not only to foster and preserve labor peace, but also to avoid and resolve any conflicts resulting from employers and employees' relationship, including trade union matters. So last but not least, the fifth information source that have been used by SBH Marine Company is Employee Social Security Act 1967. So the main objective of Employee Social Security Act 1967, or also be known as ESSA 1967, is to provide protections against economic and social distress towards employee and their family when the employee sustain injury or death. The body who is responsible to govern this act and administration the security scheme is called as SOCSO, or Social Security Organization. Via the act and legislations, SOCSO works to provide free medical care, physical or vocational rehabilitation service, and financial aid to workers if they have lost their skills as a result of injuries or illness that have impaired their ability to operate or made them disabled.
And next, we go to major strength and weakness in this organization. We go to strength first. Number 1, high level of customer certification. SBH Marine Industry also treats in local seafood product in the supermarket around Kuala Kurau and other places to realize their customer needs and demands. They also produce a high quality product compared to other marine factory. Number 2, strong distribution network. Mostly restaurants in Kuala Kurau prefer to buy seafood product to SBH Marine because they offer affordable price and variety of option. Like prawn, they have black tiger prawn, cat tiger prawn, and many more. Okay, number 3 is reliable supplier. SBH Marine not only supply their product around Asia, they also supply their product to major countries like China, Japan, Korea, and other countries. We go to weakness. First is lack of skill and semi-skill. SBH Marine hire foreign workers from Indonesia, Myanmar and Vietnam to save on their cost of wage. So these foreign workers do not have knowledge and skill. Number 2, competitor. Because of in Kuala Kurau area have other marine factory and they also perform the same activity, supply of marine product to market. So SBH Marine could not maintain their income. Third is poor of marketing and promotion. SBH Marine Industry use a direct marketing to promote their product and they are weak in promoting product through online. This shows the weakness of company to attract more customer. HR contribution. First is compensation, which is SBH Marine Industry give indirect pay to their workers like health insurance, which is employees will get access to a health care plan. And they also provide assistance on premium payment. Okay, number 2 is staffing, which is HR making estimating manpower requirement, which is staffing process to finding out the number and type of workers needed for a specific position of departments.
Retention refers to the ability of a company to retain its staff. SBH Marines retain the employee by making human resource department prioritize in giving a decent wage and reward to the employee, and also additionally prepare a reward for the employee, particularly when they have occasion and celebration seasons such as Happy New Year, Happy Chinese New Year, and Labor Day. For training, employee training could be a program that is designed to extend the technical skills, knowledge, efficiency, and word creation to do any specific job in very far better method. SBH Marines Industries Human Resource Department train the employee after being hired. They provide 3-month trial within the working space around the company to analyze the employee's potential, and also provide training to their employees if they import the new machine or learn a brand new process to make the employee knowledgeable in handling a situation within the company. They have 5 recommendations and suggestions to improve the organization's response to this issue. First is make their workspace inclusive. Second, establish a company culture where every voice is welcome, heard, and respected. Third is recruit over a broader geographic area. Fourth is foster diversity at all levels, and fifth is foster diverse thinking. For make their workspace inclusive is SPH Marines Industries hire more men rather than women. They should provide inclusive workspace for women to strengthen their security among women employees. Establish gender-friendly bathrooms and restrooms. CCTV or security should be put near women bathroom as to protect women employees from many harms such as sexual assault or culprit, and set up dedicated nursing rooms for mothers. For establish a company culture where every voice is welcome, heard, and respected. Number 2 is employees got to feel free to express themselves based on their distinctive views. Minority groups like Samis or Indonesian ought to have a voice over their welfare in security, social, and health. One of the most effective ways to find out what employees care concerning is one-on-one talk with their managers, and managers should have an open door policy. For number 3, recruit over a broader geographic area. SBH Marine Industries focusing on recruiting employees from Kuala Lumpur, Perak. They should expand their reach by expanding the company in different states and different countries to reach the advantage of context and additional comms to understand regarding the market and its demand. Number 4, foster diversity at all levels. All employees with various backgrounds such as race and religion should be given opportunity to go further in company position if they have talent in it. SBH Marine Industries being monopolized by certain employee only, many hidden talent cannot be shined enough to show their capability. And last but not least, number 5 is foster diverse thinking. Embracing various thinking, helpful in generating ideas and obtaining useful feedback, whereas at the same time making an environment where everybody feels relevant and part of shared missions. As an example, SBH Marine Industries might hire independent teams to conduct focus teams. Focus teams are a decent way to collect collective information and gain deeper insights into employees.